Hi guys, and welcome back to yet another Schmoedown reaction right here on Dedicated to Art. Yes, you're seeing it right. The shades are on because of a very good reason today. I am, as usual, your host, Kees, joined as usual by Chris Delman, and we are going to see Ben win today, move on to the next match, and face probably, in my personal opinion, Lon Harris. At least that's what I'm thinking. Chris, what are your thoughts on the matches today?
Okay, so on paper these look like clear blowouts, but let's
Mm,
but I'm gonna give a lot more credit to the underdogs of both of these matches in this doubleheader because Jeanine, she's way better than people give her credit for. I mean, she was in a number one contenders match for crying out loud.
and she was actually winning that
Yeah,
at one
she
point.
was holding her own until
Yep.
round three came and just screwed her up, which allowed Andrego the win. And like I, from the conversations I've had with her, like she knows a lot about film, even though she just she tries to play it up that she doesn't. But that's where her true strength comes into play. I feel. And our second match, I'll give my quick thoughts on this one. Or here, you want to set it up right now? Set it up right now.
What?
The second match.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay. I'll just quickly go into the first match.
Oh, fine.
Ben Bateman versus Jeanine. I've seen Jeanine do her reactions, and I know, and of course I've seen her matches, and I know for a fact she is easy. She can easily score 6 or 7 points in the first round, which is a pretty good amount of points to rack up, especially against Ben, who will do the exact same, at least. Because, well, Ben, I don't think he's had worse rounds than 5 in round 1. So he also scores like a lot of points in the first round. Then the second one will come down to the wheel, of course. And yeah, it's just really dependent what they get. And then we'll see about the third round. But I do think Janine will be able to put up a fight, even though I'm completely biased, and I think that Ben will win. The
And
next match,
yeah,
and
no,
well, the
no,
next,
no. I was just gonna quickly say that no, you're right, and I do think he'll win, but she's gonna give her all.
oh yeah, sure. Because, well, these are, of course, 2 matches to eventually get into the singles tournament. Because these 4, only one can get into that singles tournament. Uh, First, we get Ben versus Jeanine, Lon versus Macuga, and then the winners of those will play each other for the last spot in the tournament to face Clark Wolf. Now, the other match, Lon Harris versus Josh Macuga. We have not seen Macuga compete in forever. However, every single time Macuga has gone up against someone who, at least on paper, is way better than him, he surprises the fuck out of everyone. He took Roca, I think, to the last question.
Yep.
He took Riley to the last question for the championship back in 2014. He like Macuga.
Drew McWeeny, he took him to just about the llast question. Jeff Snyder, he took
Yeah.
him to the last question. Mark Andreyko, he beat him. Well,
Oh
okay, that's
yeah,
Finstock, but
Finn Draco.
yes.
So yeah, like never ever underestimate the Wild Man. Even though, well, in teams he is kind of crap the bat. In singles he can hold his own for sure. However, Lon Harris is the finalist of the team tournament. Has shown in this team tournament that he is great. Has shown in singles that he is great. Only was beaten by Ethan Irwin, and Ethan Irwin needed to score the damn points record to beat him. So that just shows a little bit of the quality of Lon Harris. The guy is a really good competitor, and while I do think that Josh will put up a fight against Lon, Lon will win. And then it will be Ben versus Lon, and then it will be Ben versus Clark in the tournament. Of course, I am biased. I don't care. Anyway, Chris, what do you have to say?
I love I love your delusions of grandeur because they give me so much they give me so much material to work with, Case, and you know I love you, but I think you're in for, I think you're in for a surprise or two with this tournament.
Sure. We'll see about that. We'll see about it right now because we'll actually press play in 3, 2, 1, play. I am biased. I don't care.
Okay, do I hear you right,
Listen.
Jeanine? You're challenging Emma 5 to a movie trivia Schmoedown match.
It's not that hard to understand.
I accept.
And your winner, by way of technical knockout, Jeanine.
And even though Ben Bateman is only 1-1, he has made a huge impact on this league with his attitude. his
poor Dale.
He's challenging everyone.
I mean,
And your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Mark
Jeanine, you are also going to be at the Collider Collision. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Facing what? Mark Andreyko. And Stacey Howard. It's a triple threat match.
But don't count out the machine. She's 2-0. She had 2 really solid matches. The winner of this match will play Ethan
So it is
Irwin.
down to the machine and Mark Andreyko.
This bro-centric 2014 rom-com starred Zac Efron, Miles Teller, and Michael B. Jordan.
And your winner, advancing to the #1 contender.
Bateman called out Mance in the post-game of his last match, and Mance accepted. The winner of this match would move on to face John Roca. And your winner, Ben the Boss Bateman. We're looking for Jim Ross.
You're a kid, you're a rookie. You made your way. Now, you've been talking about facing me, and now it's come.
The winner of this is going to play the winner of Guy and Mark Riley.
And your winner,
man, you should have won that. Now,
Ah, well.
Rocco won't hold the belt for too long.
Depending on who wins the tournament.
Whoever wins the tournament, who will beat Rocco. Oh,
Ooh.
nice graphic.
Misa like this.
Welcome back.
Yes, that is a bad prequel Star Wars reference. I don't care.
The ultimate Schmoedown kind of begins today.
I'm liking these
All right,
graphics.
to start off, that's Mark Ellis.
Hey everyone, Christian, you know
Well,
what I love are
you
two
just said
things
it.
in life, wearing pants and gauntlets,
With
and
the
we've got
prequel
both
reference.
of them here today.
Surprised the Redskins weren't involved in that.
I love the
analogy.
Washington franchise as well.
All right, so we are
No, I've
now
just been the
getting
gold,
into the
like, I really
Ultimate
like that.
Schmoedown singles tournament. This is a gauntlet. What does this mean?
I don't know.
Well, there are 8 spots this year, not the normal 16 as years past, but there are 8 spots.
more exclusive.
And what we had was 6 competitors that made it into that tournament.
That's
If you
fine.
look
Next
there,
year I'll
you
probably
have
be like
Mark
32.
Andreyko versus Drew McWeeny, Clark Wolf playing the winner of this gauntlet we're about to talk about in a second. And on the other side of the bracket, Dan Murrell faces Stacey Howard, and underneath there, that is Mr. Ethan Irwin playing Chance Ellison. How did that happen? Well, 5 names were thrown into a hat. Chance Ellison, Ben Bateman, Jeanine the Machine, Josh Macuga, and the Professor Lon Harris. One competitor got the magic number, Chance Ellison, right into the tournament. The remaining 4 battle it out today. One day they have to play 2 matches to make it to play Clark Wolf.
That means we have to announce 3 matches today, and boy, are we up for the job. Not since a classic 80s game for Nintendo, Gauntlet, has the word been so properly utilized as it is here today. Christian, first up, Jeanine the Machine versus Ben Bateman. How do you see this one going down?
This is a tough one because Ben Bateman has had a rough go in singles. He's done very well in teams, as we have just seen. However, in singles, he's had some rough spots. He lost against Mark Andreyko, and he lost to John Roca. He needs to win 5 victories to get himself to that title match. Jeanine the Machine, again, had a little bit of a rough go. She is a rookie this year, and she started off strong. Collider Collision, she had Mark Andreyko and Stacey Howard beat and had a big, had a problematic 3rd round and ultimately lost the match. So she's trying to earn her spot.
And I like this matchup here today because, like you said, both competitors have something to prove. Will Ben Bateman once again crap the proverbial bed in singles, or will Jeanine the Machine have the metaphorical glass slipper of a Cinderella?
Well, we're going to also hear from them because not only do Machine and Bateman bring the fire themselves, they both have managers.
Oh,
That's
boy.
right. Jeanine the Machine managed by Jay Washington, but Ben Bateman, since the success of the Ultimate Schmoedown teams, is now represented by Finstock. Here we go.
I'm managing a thoroughbred here. It's not teams anymore. This is singles. Okay?
I found my guy, okay? Right here. You want to talk thoroughbreds? Look at this guy. Where I found this guy? The Winners Museum. You know where I'm going to go? The Champions Museum. You guys keep putting me up against fans? What, Dale the dude late to the party? I'm basically the living, breathing Make-A-Wish Foundation, okay? I get to meet my fans, show them a good time. It's a great time for everybody.
We're here with a positive and a negative.
Time and place,
The
Ben. Time
positive
and place.
is you get a chance out of a chance to get to a chance to get to the... Is that a positive?
This guy, Jay Washington, I mean, what's he deadlifting, like 6,000 pounds at the gym he's at? The guy has, I think, the one sweatshirt. I hope he washes it. You know, I've beaten this guy before. He
This is true.
somehow tags on to other people. This girl, Jeanine, who I have no idea who even she is. But either way, you put Jay Washington on your team, you're a loser. Period.
Today feels like a day full of maybes. Maybe Ben's pants are so tight because they're full of movie trivia. Maybe
Full of shit.
Mike Kalinowski had something to do with that random drawing to get his boy Choice, whatever the hell his name is,
Some dude with some
automatically
baggy
in the
pants that
tournament.
don't fit him. You get what I'm saying? The kid came here from Arizona, which I'm trying to figure out what is the big damn deal about it, but it is. I'm sorry.
Dude has never had a singles match,
But
but
all of a sudden, he just so happened to be in this, right?
must be nice to have the commission in your pocket, boys.
Must be great.
Jeanine the Machine, there's one thing she did right. Early on, she was a fan of the Action Army.
That's
you
true.
all know I'm Action Army for life.
It's a good move.
You know, she wants
Smart
to
choice.
forfeit. I'm all for it. She wants to play her hero. Show her a good time.
I'm not worried about
Heyo.
No, today's the day to shut people up.
Shut them all up. And it's only two things you can do about it.
That's
nothing
and
and
you
watch
with
the
it.
machine,
Oh,
damn it.
okay.
All the ladies, all the belts.
Janine,
That's not your
you
line.
and JV, I own the school, okay? That's what's going on. I'm the dean. It's over for you.
Principal.
You're going to lose to me. Have a good time. Whatever. I don't really give a shit. I'm here for Roka. That's it.
Exactly.
Aren't we all? Okay.
A lot of words,
There's
a
a
lot of
long
fire
black screen
thrown.
there.
Finstock wants to beat Washington once again. Machine looking to take out Bateman, who was once a fan of Bateman way back when, but now it is the time for these two to do battle. Mark, who do you got in this one?
I mean, the interviews were great. I'm not sure the word manager applies. I didn't see a whole lot of coaching going on. I saw a lot of yapping, and that's what we're going to get here on the desk, but they're going to have to yap the correct answer. I like Janine's odds in here. Like you said, Bateman coming off a couple near misses in singles. He might be wounded pride when it comes to just him up on the desk with no teammate to rely on. Jeanine the Machine, she knows how to win a singles match. I think she might pull off the upset here today.
Here is the tale of the tape. Jeanine the Machine. Comic book movies, romantic comedies, and staring into your soul with a wonderful costume.
Yeah, she's done that to me many times.
Ben the Boss Bateman, movie release dates, Oscar movies, and laughing at you no matter what you do and making you feel bad about yourself.
And appraising Magic the Gathering cards. Going to make me a rich man. I'm going to Hawaii. I will send you a postcard.
Are you ready to get going?
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the
Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Introducing first, representing the Viper Squad with a record of 2 wins, 1 defeat, and 1 knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, accompanied to the ring by the Urban Gladiator, Jay Washington, Jeanine the Machine.
That's not 50.
Ready to play ball. Look at that robotic arm.
Yep.
Cyborg of some sort. Oh, punching. watching, the viewer at home.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
A lot of our viewers online,
Hardcore.
and a lot of our reactors felt that.
Very.
I love the confidence of Jeanine the Machine, and you know Jay Washington looking
Ah,
for
crap,
the
I'm
win
bleeding.
here. He
Hold on.
is not happy. Not happy that Jeanine has to compete in this gauntlet, but we will see what happens as we announce
Really? Okay.
your opponent. With a record of 2 wins.
Oh, boy.
3 defeats. He is the 2017
That's new music.
Schmoedown team finalist, accompanied to the ring by his manager, Finstock, and his partner, Mark
Yodi.
Riley, Ben, the Boss, Bateman.
Right.
I love Riley walking to the ring.
His
with them.
new teammate. Yeah, look at them being very chummy.
Yeah.
Oh,
the camera.
this song.
Ben Bateman blows it a kiss. Which one did the home viewer like more? Weigh in now on Twitter.
Well, they are setting up, ready to go. Ben the Boss Bateman with Mark Riley, still not used to that site, even though they have played together many times. And there is Dagnino saying something stupid.
Have you ever been overseas, clown?
Who are you talking to?
Yes, sir.
You.
I just got back from my latest USO tour.
That's not bad. But I'm
Good.
talking to the other clown.
I can cut your mic off anytime I want. All right,
Boy,
so
you
just
punch a shark
crumbled.
in the nose and they swim away.
That's it. They crumble. Let us get to the rules of round number 1.
It's the
Here we go.
gills. That's
Rules
where you
of
punch a
round number 1.
shark.
Mark, how's it work?
In round number 1 of this match, it's going to play like a normal singles match. So, Jeanine, Ben, you're going to hear 8 questions from 8 different corners of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Galaxy. These questions are asked to the field. Each question is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question, so you can't lose points. There's no stealing in round 1. As soon as we ask each question, please write down your best attempt at the correct answer on the whiteboard in front of you with the marker that I bought myself at Michael's earlier today. You will then have 15 seconds to complete writing before we ask you by name to reveal your answer. Once we do so, please show what you wrote on the whiteboard to your camera. At the same time, you verbalize it into the microphone. I'll remind each competitor of your 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. If you're not sure you heard a question right, you need to buy yourself some time. Ask us to repeat the question. You also each get 1 challenge to use at any time during all 3 rounds. Christian, I feel like the competitors are ready. Jay Washington just showered at 24-hour fitness. Tom Dagnino just fake tan. I think we're good to go.
Bateman, you ready?
Born ready.
Machine, you ready?
Sweet Christmas, I'm ready.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown! There it is. All right, round number 1. Question number 1 comes in the realm of action-adventure. Besides Tom Cruise, what actor has appeared in the most films in the Mission Impossible franchise?
Boy, you got excited. Most films.
Yeah.
Hello, this is Movie Phone.
No, that's Matt Ashley. 5,
Congrats to him.
4, yeah.
You're a good buddy.
3, 2, 1. Ben
Ving
Bateman.
Rhames?
Ving Rhames.
Correct. Jeanine.
Bing Rames.
Tie game.
Woo.
All right.
Well done,
Tied
Kees.
up after 1. Your next
I like those
category
movies.
is
You learned that on my
Family
show?
films,
Same.
the last section you want to go to. In
Except I still
Blockbuster
haven't seen the
Video.
most recent
Your
one.
question is,
You
name
should.
one
It's the best, probably.
of the 4 odd jobs that Dick Van Dyke's jack-of-all-trades Cockney character Bert has in Mary Poppins. A criminally overrated babysitter, in my opinion.
You think he's overrated?
She shoves sugar down the kids' throats. They're going to have health
5,
problems later in life because she
4,
babysat them.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Janine.
Chimney sweep.
I have Chimney Sweeper.
Chimney sweep, musician, chalk
That is
artist.
incorrect. That is incorrect. No painter.
Ooh.
Okay, next question. All right, next question.
Ben did not use
Ben.
it.
He did not. He did not. Next question. Category of dramas. Dramas. Which 2016 film stars Jeff Bridges, Chris Pine,
Great movie.
and Ben
Great effing movie.
Fun fact, they all are actors.
Foster? Yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Ben
Hell or
Bateman.
High
Hello,
Water.
High Water.
Incorrect. Janine.
Hell or high water.
That's correct.
Dude, Ben.
Janine going up by 2 points here. Next
Uh-oh.
question.
Bateman stumbling here early. See if he can recover with the next category, and that would be 1980s. Movies that came out in the 80s. Your question is, who plays newspaper reporter Irwin Fletcher in the 1985 film Fletch? Thank you very little. Like a steak sandwich. And
I have to guess.
Before your time.
Based on
5,
nothing at all.
4,
Wow.
3, 2, 1. Pens down.
Chevy
Jeanine.
Chase.
Don't have it.
Didn't have it. Ben.
Chevy Chase.
That's correct.
Okay.
3-2. Chevy Chase is the answer.
Chevy Chase.
Didn't have
one
that.
of the most well-liked actors of any generation.
Here we go. Next question. Fantasy sci-fi. Fantasy sci-fi. Who plays Snow White in 2012's Snow White and the Huntsman? Mirror.
What are you doing, man?
What?
I like that movie.
I know.
Come on, you know it.
I know.
It's a great
Yep.
movie.
5. That's false.
I got it.
4.
It's not good.
3.
It's great.
2. 1. Pens down.
Kristen
Kristen
Stewart.
Stewart.
Kristen Stewart.
You got it. Jeanine.
Kristen Stewart.
Yep.
4-3. Machine keeping her 1-point lead here.
Okay, your next category comes from the world of comedies. Haha. Your question is,
Ha.
what is the self-imposed nickname of Rebel Wilson's character in the Pitch Perfect franchise?
Jeanine looks like Jeanine already wrote her
Yeah.
answer down.
I'm worried about Jeanine. That arm looks too realistically robotic.
5.
Like,
I don't watch these
so
movies,
real.
so no clue.
is it actual metal?
Yeah, that's right.
1. Pens down, please.
Fat
And
Amy.
Fat Amy.
Correct.
Right.
Ben.
Fat Betty.
Oh,
Oh,
Ugh.
God damn it, Ben.
Machine goes back up by 2. Machine goes back up by 2. A 5-point round so far by Machine over the boss here. Next question. Next question. Horror/thriller. Who directed 2012's The Cabin in the Woods?
What do you like better, Cabin in the Woods or Mirror, Mirror?
That's a hard
That's
one.
incorrect because Mirror, Mirror is better than every movie not named 13 Hours.
5.
I don't know, I have a guess.
3. You just got replaced. 2.
Drew Goddard.
1. Pens down,
No.
please. Ben Bateman.
Drew Goddard.
Correct. Janine
have it.
didn't have it. 5.
Also didn't have it.
Getting back within 1 point.
All right.
So now back and forth
Could
they
be
go.
tied
Although a lot of people
because
think
this
it's
is the last
Joss
question
Whedon,
in round
but he
one,
wrote
and
it.
this question is a Patreon question.
He directed
Thanks
the
to our
Avengers in
Movie
the same
Trivia
year.
Schmoedown Patreon supporters, select which tier is right for you today. This question comes from loyal patron Andy Schick. Andy Schick, a regular
Thank you, Andy.
supporter. Thanks so much, Andy. Love your razors as well. Andy
Ha.
wanted the category of animated movies. These are movies that are drawn by hand or on a computer. And Andy wanted this question in the world of animated films. Released in the year 2007, what was the 8th Pixar film? The 8th. The number.
A good
just
Pixar
after
movie.
5.
pretty good
Nowhere near the best, but
Pretty good.
3, 2, 1. Pens down.
Ratatouille.
Toy Story 2.
It's incorrect. Ben.
The Incredibles.
That's
oh
incorrect.
come.
Oh.
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille.
You had a perfect round, and guess what happened? I actually scored more than
Incredibles
4.
came out in 2004.
I scored 5.
Woo!
As much as Jeanine.
All right.
Great
so,
job, man.
Bateman and Machine
For the
starting
first time
off
in
here.
forever.
Machine up by 1 here. 5-4.
There'll be music,
1
there'll
point
be
lead over the
light.
boss. And now we get to round number 2. Mark, it is the wheel round. How does that go?
Round number 2 works like this. Here's how round number 2 works. It is called the wheel round, the wheel of justice, doom, perhaps fate for both competitors. Each competitor gets 1 spin at the wheel. Whatever category it lands on, you must answer 4 questions in said genre. Each question's worth 2 points. However, if you're not sure of the answer, you can ask us to give you multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question goes down to 1 point. I will also remind the competitors that stealing is available in round number 2. And just to recap, if you go to the wheel, you spin a category, you don't like it, you can have 1 mulligan spin unless it lands on the dreaded opponent's choice. And I will point out that today's wheel, we have a sponsored wheel slice from our Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon.
Uh-oh.
That category is coming of age. So if they spin coming of age, it's going to be a Patreon selected slice. Okay, Ben Bateman, you are the favorite, but you are not in the lead. That goes to Jeanine the Machine. Would you, Jeanine, like to spin first or defer to your besuited opponent?
Like the boss, I also like to play from behind.
Oh,
Wow.
All right, so there you go.
Getting a little scandalous.
Ben, as you know, please spin from the wheel, not the pegs. I'm going to make a shirt out of that.
Grab the actual wheel, not the pegs. Don't touch the pegs!
Don't
Don't
do the
touch the
pegs.
pegs! Don't touch the pegs!
There's the spin.
Evil.
I thought he was doing it to
You know,
mock me. Thank you for yelling at me.
They just,
No, they don't even listen.
you can
like
dress
kids.
up, you
It's
can
like
class
kids.
it up in a suit.
It's like kids. One.
Ben the peg grabber Bateman.
Uh-oh. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh my God.
This could be Thriller, Christian.
New releases.
New releases.
He watches them.
The up on current events.
New releases. What is he
I
going to
wouldn't
Thinking
take it though
about
if I were him.
He's going to
Yeah.
stick with it. All right,
Oh,
I got it.
okay.
New release. releases.
No, he
here.
watches a lot of new
releases.
movies.
And Ben Bateman will be spinning new releases. New releases. Here we go. Ben, you got 4 questions in the realm of new releases, starting with in 2018's Annihilation. What is the name given to the mysterious expanding zone where the rules of nature do not apply?
Damn.
5.
Don't remember.
4, 3, 2.
The Shimmer.
Correct.
Oh.
2 points. All right.
Got that one through. He's got himself his first lead of the match.
In Disney's A Wrinkle in Time.
I haven't seen this.
In Disney's A Wrinkle in Time, who plays Meg's father, Dr. Alexander
Chris Pine.
Murray, who mysteriously disappeared?
Chris Pine.
2 points. All right.
Chris Pine says the band Van Halen in that movie.
All right. Who played A.A. Milne in the film Goodbye,
Also haven't seen it.
Robin?
Donald Gleason.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Domhnall Gleeson.
That's correct. Donald Gleason.
All right. Hard name to
Pronounce
pronounce.
it, don't know, but
You got it.
sure.
All right. Here you go. Last one. Here we go. Who voices Chief, the leader of the main pack of alpha dogs in Wes Anderson's Isle of Dogs?
Oh!
Jeez.
5,
Oh,
4,
shit.
3,
That's a reaction.
2.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Edward Norton?
No.
B, Bryan Cranston?
No.
C, Liv Schreiber?
Schreiber?
D, Jeff Goldblum.
No, I think it is B. Bryan Cranston, I think.
5, 4.
Bryan Cranston.
1 point.
Nice.
Oh,
Ben Bateman.
7 out of 8.
Second
That's a
round
good
by
round.
6.
Good round.
Up by 6 as we get to Jeanine the Machine. Jeanine the Machine
And
now
please tell
spilled
your
from
robotic
the
arm to grab the actual wheel.
There's the spin.
There we go.
And there it is.
That's a
There's
good
the
spin
spin.
right there. Round and round it goes.
Respect.
All of a sudden, Jeanine looking up at Ben Bateman. A 6-point advantage. Very good maneuvering of round number 2 by Mr. Bateman.
There is the spin.
And it looks like
Oh,
no.
Oh, no. Oh,
Could be opponent's choice.
Oh,
Christian's
no.
come around awful fast.
Oh, strength of Ben.
Movies.
Don't take it.
He is spinning
Smart.
again.
And there it is.
Spinning away
Come on.
from the Oscars.
Let's make it a fight.
And will it be Oscars? Will it be perhaps opponent's choice again? Will it be something she wants? Will it be rom-coms?
Going away. It's going to. Oh,
Okay.
closest spinners.
It's-
Wait a minute.
Could be Cameron Diaz.
That's
Everybody
good.
Oh,
knows
coming of
Cameron
age.
Okay.
Coming of age. All right, so Jeanine's going to get coming of age.
All right.
Okay.
That is right, and that is a
I
Patreon
was thinking,
slice, as we
yeah,
mentioned.
the
Abel
Patreon.
Munoz. Thank you so
Abel.
much, Abel.
Yeah.
Thank you, Abel.
Sponsoring the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon. And now we get to coming of age. Abel may be coming of age himself. Thank you for letting us be a part of that very painful process. Okay, go to coming of age films.
Jesus
Here we
Christ.
are, Jeanine. You find yourself trailing by 6. And your first question is, in 10 Things I Hate About You, how does Kat distract the teacher to get Patrick out of detention?
Show her boobs.
She flashes him.
She does indeed flash him. And, wow.
That's funny.
Starting off racy here.
Yep.
All right, your next question. What is the name of Ferris Bueller's girlfriend?
Sloan. Sloan Pearson.
Doesn't know it.
5,
Tell.
4.
The answer.
I think I know it, but
3.
multiple choice.
We can provide that. Is it A, Dinah, B, Sloan, C, Gwen,
Sloan.
D? It is
1
in
point.
fact
Ah,
Sloan.
girl.
1 point.
Is in fact Sloan. She's within 3 with 2 to go. She gets both these right off the bat. She will be back in the lead going into round number 3. Next question. In Wet Hot American Summer,
Oh.
2 camp counselors get married. Michael Ian Black played one of them. Who played the other?
Oh, no.
5, 4,
Who was
3.
that?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Paul Rudd, B, Jeanine Garofalo, C, Elizabeth Banks, or D, Bradley
Elizabeth
Cooper?
Banks.
Bradley Cooper.
It
Huh?
is Bradley
Yep.
Okay.
Cooper.
Look at Jeanine the Machine.
Jeanine, knowing her coming-of-age films.
Well
And
done.
now we get to your last question in round
Excuse me.
number 2.
Bless
you
you.
can tie
Thank you.
Ben going into round 3 if you get this one right. What is the only Oscar that was won by the 2014 coming-of-age
Best supporting
drama
actress.
Boyhood?
Yep.
Best actress.
That
It's
is
supporting
incorrect,
actress.
Steele.
Best
Oh, and that's a huge steal.
That's a giant steal.
Yeah,
Look
Patricia
at
Arquette.
9-2. Almost
Yep.
tied it up.
Nice
And
try.
Bateman's got 4-point lead here, but that was a great round by Jeanine the Machine.
But
is
running
it
through
all
it,
right?
and then the supporting actress,
that's
that
a
might
huge
be the
swing.
thing that determines the match. That's why stealing blows everything up in round number 2.
All right, round number 3 now, Mark. It is the round number 3 to decide who goes on to play either Josh Macuga or Lon Harris right after this match. Who do you got?
This is how we are going to decide it in round number 3. Each competitor is going to get 3 questions. Your first question is worth 2 points. Your next question is worth 3 points. Your last one, should we make it that far, is worth 5 points. What we're going to have is each of you give us a series of numbers. These numbers range from 1 to 20. Each number corresponds to a different category of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Because Ben Bateman enjoys a 4-point advantage, we're going to get your preferred numbers first, and then we'll take the numbers from Jeanine.
All right, here we go. Ben, take 3 numbers from 1 to 20.
3, 7, and 17.
3, 7, and 17, as always.
For the machine.
2, 6, and 9.
2, 6, and 9.
Keeping it within 10, I like
for the
that.
machine. So the machine is going to go first. She's going to try to avoid the TKO. Here we go, Mark.
All right, Jeanine, you selected number 2 for your 2-point question, and it comes in the world of fantasy science fiction.
Don't fuck this up.
Your question for 2 points is, what is the title of the big screen adaptation of the TV show
Serenity.
Firefly? 5, 4,
Please.
3, 2.
Repeat the question.
What is the title of the big screen adaptation of the TV show Firefly?
Serenity.
There
Yes!
you go.
Got it.
Correct.
The JTE
She
move
used it.
coming through
She used
in the
it.
clutch.
That was big. That
Right
was big.
there.
She used it. All right. Next question.
All right,
Next
Jeanine.
question here. Jeanine is category number 6.
And category number 6 feels like one of these right
Yep.
now, and that would be sports. Category of
Okay.
sports movies. Your question is, for 3 points and to reclaim the lead, in the movie Jerry Maguire, Cuba Gooding Jr.'s character Rod Tidwell plays for what real NFL team?
Arizona Cardinals.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ooh,
We're
okay.
looking for the Arizona Cardinals.
Use that
Arizona
repeat.
Cardinals. So now,
Arizona Cardinals.
Jeanine the Machine has a chance to go up by 3.
Have you seen the film? It's a great film.
Janine has a chance to go by 3 if she can hit her 5-pointer. However, if she misses it, Ben Bateman will advance to play the winner of either Josh Macuga or Lon Harris. If he wins here by TKO, here is the 5-pointer. Question number 9.
Category number 9. And category number 9 for 5
Question
points
number 9. I was thinking.
corresponds to the wonderful world of Disney.
Okay.
Oh,
Disney movies. And your
I don't know
question
how
is,
she does with it.
in Disney's Hercules, what is the name of Hades' 2 shape-shifting...
Pan
Bear
Panic.
Uh, right.
Pain and panic.
It is
Wow.
Panic.
Well done.
And now Ben Bateman's got some question answering to do.
Unbelievable. Machine fighting through that and avoiding the TKO and forcing Ben Bateman to win here. What a move by Machine. That was incredible stuff. All right, Ben Bateman now chose 3. Here we go. Quiet on set, please. Quiet on set. Ben Bateman chose category number 3. That's Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt. Doug Liman directed Brad Pitt in which 2000s action film? Five, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
That's your first one. Doug Liman directed Brad Pitt in which 2000s action film?
Oh, he's bluffing. As usual, he's
5,
going to blow all his things
4,
now.
3, 2.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
That's correct.
Wow.
Oh, right.
All right,
That
so
was a
now
movie.
Ben Bateman has a chance to win
Didn't
the
know-
game.
didn't know Doug Liman directed
if he hits
that.
the 3-pointer. If not, he has to hit his 5 in order to win it, but he can win it here with his 3 dramas. Dramas. Here you go. In the category of dramas, Which two Tarantino film stars were reunited in the 2003 film Basic? What the hell is Basic?
It's a film.
I'll go with Michael Madsen and Tim Roth.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question, please.
Which two Tarantino film stars were reunited in the 2003 movie Basic?
Sam Jackson.
There might also be one.
He might. Is he playing? 5, 4, 3.
Travolta and Sam Jackson.
And your winner, ladies and gentlemen, advancing to the next match, Bateman does
Nice.
Bateman.
As always, with the fake out, with the pretend to not know.
It's not as an explosive of a reaction, I think, had she.
But as we said,
It's not the
Jeanine put up a
popular vote,
fucking fight.
unfortunately,
Yes.
for Jeanine, and you know, you really got to look back at that steal that we saw. Best actress versus best supporting actress. It was that close. Could have been a totally different match, and gauntlet for that matter. But that's the way the apple falls from the tree.
That's
That's
the way
not
the
a
cookie
quote.
crumbles.
Bateman will be playing the winner of Lon Harris and Joshua Hercules Macuga.
Now, Jeanine the Machine, though, I think this. We've been saying this a lot lately, but I think this is the truth. She, even though she lost, she won. Because there's a lot of respect inside of the way that she performed. She had a great first round. She was leading. In the second round, like you said, had she taken her time a little bit, I think maybe she would have thought it out, that one particular question, because she knew it. And then she thought about it and was like, that's right. And that steal was ultimately what won Ben the game.
Yeah, my high school basketball coach used to say there are no moral victories, but I never got a whole lot of playing time. So FM, am I right?
Yeah.
Well done, Jeanine the Machine. But Ben is the winner, and we'll be moving on. And now we're going to hear from both the winner and the loser of this match with our own Jen Sturger. Jen, take it away.
Oh, boy.
What's up, Movie Trivia Schmoedown fans? Jen Sturger here with Jeanine the Machine. Jeanine, aside from that steal, that was a really impressive match. And this is kind of a crazy format for you. Isn't this your first gauntlet?
Yes, it was a little crazy, but I feel like I made a name for myself this season.
You were the talk going into this thing. And honestly, like I said, aside from that steal, that match was absolutely nothing to hang your head about. That steal goes your way. I mean, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
This is a totally different match we're looking at.
Definitely.
Jay, you've got to be proud of her performance today.
That is the reason why, Jen, I am not yelling. I am not angry about this.
I just thought you lost your voice again.
No, I'm here. You know what? By the way, your makeup is flawless, but you should have did some flat irons. So here's the thing. I am not mad about her at all losing. Ouch. But I do have a little bit of gripe to pick, and it's the fact with Ben Bateman doing this dumb shit where he goes, "What's that answer? Repeat the question." When everybody knows he knows it. Like, yo, it's just as obvious as how tight them fucking pants are. Answer the question. Like, do it.
Speaking of answering the question, you really took your time with the Firefly Serenity question. And did you think after that happened, you're like, man, if I just would have given myself a little more time and not jumped the gun in that second round, maybe this would be a little different right now?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I knew Patricia Arquette won that award, and I just automatically just thought actress. So kicking myself for that one.
Here's the question, though, that maybe you should bring up to the heads of this, namely Kalinowski and his bitch.
Don't know who that is right now.
Kalinowski and his bitch boy, being the dude in the Hawaiian shirts, because that's what he's pretty much being. Why is it she has to be in gauntlet tournaments when she's clearly the rookie of the year? She should have been given a spot in this. That is a question that needs to be brought up. That is something that needs to be addressed in this league.
Sorry, how many rounds did Jeanine last in a team tournament?
This one, and then you'll get the last spot. She should have automatically had it. Automatically. But that's the way this league seems to keep going, and nobody seems to do anything about it. But you know what? Things might be in need of a change around this joint. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I don't know. You done?
I think it is a little bit fishy that Chance, Community Chest, whatever his name is, got a spot, and I have to do this, not fair. Not fair.
Yeah, and obviously
Community Chest is a monopoly. I don't think you got the other game piece. But, yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
You know what also doesn't make any sense is this is now, God, I've lost count of how many times that you've fallen to Tom Dagnino. That has to be digging at you.
Just pushing the buttons
You're just
today.
pushing all of the buttons, unlike you could push some rollers.
This was your Jimmy
It's okay.
Fallon moment. You just broke, bro.
You know what?
I'll start that over for Christian.
No. Let this be what it is. You ain't shit. This interview's over.
Come on, Jessica, own it. Keep going with it.
All right, guys. I'm back
They
with
just
Vince
lost
Boss
it.
Bateman and Who's the Boss?
Knock, knock. Who's there? It's Jay Washington. Oh, what do you want to get beat again? I own that guy. You know, it's like I just continuously beat this guy. I can't even believe he's in the league anymore.
I can't believe you're still wearing a sock on your face, but here we are.
But I just got it back. I shipped it out to get it cleaned.
Thank
Placed
God.
To Estonia. I'm sure you haven't been there.
Can you take? Thank you. Appreciate it.
Jen, I'm glad your laughing party is over.
No,
We're about to get
Ben,
serious,
that's not her
I'm here
name.
For one reason only, and that's to embarrass John Rowe.
Damn
Now,
it.
Jeanine, she's very smart. She played a good game. She's a member of Active
Ben,
Army.
I'm so glad you won. Now go win this tournament.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You know, she played a really good game today, and
Just
she's
because
talented.
he
She's got a future in this
didn't
league. You'll always be
suggest for
behind
the
me, and that's
first
just the way
time.
it's going to be.
Yeah,
I'm on my way.
he's
to beat
respecting
John
the
Rowe.
game now,
I have
so you
very
know what?
limited time today, so if you can keep this to 1 or 2 questions, that'd be great for me.
So aside from that steal,
That's correct.
Did that steal feel like the momentum shifting
It
in this
did.
match for you?
It totally did. I mean, look, she played a good game. I'm not taking anything away from her, but she has Jay Washington in her corner. That means loser. Period. Okay. Point blank.
I will say
And I
this,
am the
you are
manager of the
having-
year again.
You
I
are
will
having a large amount of success with Who's the Boss.
You see what I'm doing with him here?
Absolutely.
You see what I'm doing with him here?
Yes.
Championships. Period. And then we're going to
Really?
take down that dope Roca.
You really think you're going to be winning Manager of the Year?
Are you kidding? Who else is there?
Look, I just finished a 37-hour negotiation on a new company, okay? I'm very tired. I don't have a lot of time, as I mentioned. But I want one more time to remind everybody here that Jeanine, she did a great job. I didn't play my best game today. I left points on the table. But I still got where I needed to get to. Now, it's just what's in front of me. That's all that matters. Thank you, Jessica.
Speaking of what's in front of you,
Damn
though,
it.
one
There
last
we
question.
go.
Full speed ahead.
All right, you look great. Thank you.
Full speed ahead.
Who do you want
And
to
who's
win?
next?
Lon or
Macuga?
Macuga?
Who's Macuga? Macuga, did he make it to the building today? And then the other guy, Leaping Lonnie Poffo, whatever his name is, he's got no shot either.
Just shut his mic off.
Well, as you see, Dagnino once again seems to be back on top here with the acquisition of Ben Bateman. As a manager, he beats Jay Washington again. Jay not happy about it, obviously, as you see in the post-interview. But Jeanine the Machine, like Jen said, a lot of respect here was earned by Jeanine the Machine.
Yep.
And now we sit back, and Ben's got to go right at it again because he's got to play the winner here, Harris or Macuga. And I cannot wait to see it, partner.
I hope Ben has some Cliff Bars, some iced tea in that briefcase of his because he's going to need all the help, all the hydration, all the nourishment he can. Just watching this next match, going to be a lot of talking, a lot of fireworks, some questions going to be answered correctly, and then Ben is going to play the winner.
All right, now we are going to be doing this today. You guys are seeing it, you know, Tuesday, then Friday.
We're not changing
whatever.
clothes.
But we're not changing. It's the same day, and
Same
it leads
shirt.
up. The winner of this whole thing plays Clark Wolf, and the singles tournament begins for a shot to play the champion, John Roca, at Schmoedown Spectacular 3. Which one of these competitors left will do it? Will it be Ben Bateman? Will it be Lon Harris? Will it be Josh Macuga? Well, stay tuned to Josh Macuga and Lon Harris coming up soon.
Mm-hmm. And that is, of course, the shot that you choose for Macuga.
Wild berries! Oh, goodness. God, I love McWeenie. That was neat. I liked it.
That was a nice little promo clip.
Yeah. Okay. Now this is the one I'm just gonna have fun with. This is gonna be fun.
Macuga is gonna do Macuga, and Harris is gonna do Harris, and that's just fun in and of itself. And then you don't even have a match yet.
1 match left, 2 to go in the Schmoedown Gauntlet. It's the ultimate Schmoedown. Beginning of the singles tournament. It's the Gauntlet. I'm Christian Harloff.
I am Mark Ellis, and this is the same shirt I wore for the first one, as it will be for the next match. And Christian, the exciting thing about a Macuga versus Harris matchup is you have a contrast of styles, a contrast of backgrounds. Lon Harris living in his ivory tower as a professor, reading sonnets, quoting Shakespeare. Then you have Joshua Macuga, plucked from the gutters of Pittsburgh, and he's here today
This can come
to
off
try
for
to
this
take
match.
down a Titan.
Josh Macuga is a veteran of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. He is the Arturo Gatti of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. He has been playing since the first tournament. He was a finalist in the first tournament. Mark Riley won his first title against Josh Macuga.
Remember that moment?
Finals. He has been in
Actually, I still haven't watched it.
So far this
Dude.
year. Almost missed out this year. JTE was supposed to be in.
I've seen that match like 3 times already.
The entire season he is gone, and Macuga took the spot willingly and wanted to go. We've seen upsets from Macuga before. Macuga has beat me in the first tournament. Macuga beat Clark Wolf, who he would ultimately play should he win this whole gauntlet.
That
Macuga
match.
magic is stuff of legends. However, this time he's going up against the Professor Lon Harris, who is making a run for Player of the Year this year.
Yeah.
He had that amazing match against Ethan Irwin. You see what he did in the teams tournament, and here he is making his run in the singles tournament. Lon Harris, should he get to Clark Wolf and make his way to John Roca, I think is a shoo-in for Player of the Year.
Yeah, Lon Harris, a guy that we look at to
Yeah.
maybe one day be wearing belts, and I say multiple belts with that. He's not my favorite Harris anymore because we met his brother, but Lon's still a valiant competitor. But Josh Macuga, you're right. I have made a living off of counting Josh Macuga out. When I met him, I said, I don't want to be friends with this guy, yet we're friends. Every time he's in a match, I say he's going to lose. He usually ends up
tried to
winning.
kill it
When
with
we're
hot
eating
sauce.
lunch together, I think he's going to choke. He has not choked but twice.
So what do you think? Do you think he's going to win this match?
No, I do not.
Well, we'll see what's going to happen. He has played a lot. He has played a lot of matches to see what he's going to be able to do against the Professor. It is anyone's guess. As we get into their pre-interviews, both excited. Here we go.
Here we go.
I feel like somebody that has been given the opportunity of a lifetime. I'm like that golfer that keeps getting exempted into tournament after major tournament, because the Ultimate Schmoedown is nothing without the Wild Man. And let me tell you why. Because the first ever Ultimate Schmoedown, I went all the way to the finals. You know who I beat along the way? A pink-fairied Christian Harloff.
Hello,
Blue
students.
fairy.
I've been informed that I had to come down here today because there's a tournament to compete, to be allowed to enter the competition, to face off against someone, to face the... I should be skipping over all of this. This is ridiculous busy work for me. This is the equivalent of being in detention of the Schmoedown. I should go immediately to be taking on the champion, Mr. John Rocha.
Everybody counts me out. I've played 19 matches, I think, and guess how many I've won? 9 of them. That's right, I'm almost 500. And along the way, some of those victories, easy. Some of them, extremely difficult. Clark Wolf, JTE. Who else did I beat? I know them, and they're
Finn
good.
Draco?
You know, I have faced against this Mr. Macuga before, this horticulturalist,
Yeah.
studier of botanicals and wild berries. Listen, if this were a competition surveying the finer bathroom floors of the Los Angeles area, this man would obviously be more than qualified. But it is not. We are not about to be served grappa during this competition. This is about film, this is about cinema, this is about education, and that's why it's shocking, I say, that I've been asked to once again sound off against Mr. Macuga and prove why the Greek system should be abolished throughout the Schmoedown.
The professor. Did any of you like your professors in college? I don't think so. The only time anybody ever liked a professor was in Saved by the Bell the college years, and that wasn't even that good of a show. You're probably thinking, where is this going? This is leading all the way to victory. Victory for the Wildberries, redemption for the Wild Man, and redemption for the Wildberry Wild Man Nation. Together, synergy, victory.
Let's skip through my match against Mr. Macuga, and he can get back to his wild berry study. He can once again return to the cafeteria and enjoy fruit pies while I go on and face some actual competition.
Oh!
Like Ben Bateman.
Look, Lon Harris thinks he's already played Macuga in the first round when JTE was his partner still and disposed of him and the Elliot Dewberry, the Wild Berries. Thinks it's beneath him to have to play Josh Macuga in this. He thinks it's beneath him to play in a gauntlet in general. He thinks, as he calls him, he should be playing John Rocha and playing him in the Schmoedown Spectacular. Now you look at the Wild Man, Josh Macuga, who we said before, he's been counted out before, and he has done it time in and time again. Can he get to Ben Bateman, who had just won that match against the Machine? Can he do it today? I'd say he's a 10-1 Vegas underdog here, but we'll see what happens.
See, I would give him 12-1 odds. I mean, you look at the guy, his parents didn't want him, we didn't want him, yet he continues to stick around, and now he's one of our favorite dear friends. But with this, Christian, Macuga versus Harris, as much as I want to see this matchup, I'd rather see a sitcom where Lon Harris has to knock on the door of Josh Macuga, telling him to politely turn down his music.
Well, they're going to turn down a lot today as we get to the tail of the tape. That made no sense. Here we go. So we start.
Not a great segue.
Not at all. We start with the tail of the tape. Josh Macuga, 80s movies.
Drink your coffee
sports
there,
movies,
Harloff.
and the history of beer pong. And then we get the professor, Lon Harris, who has classics, 80s movies, and hating beer pong.
Yeah, he's not a big beer pong. But you know who loves beer pong? The entire Macuga family. Hi,
True.
John and Deb.
Yeah, well, there we go. That is the tail of the tape. Lon Harris, Josh Macuga. Buddy, you ready to get going?
Whew, I am ready once again.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
They're excited. Is it for the Wild Man? Is it for the Professor? Is it for both?
Introducing
first.
Yes.
Representing the Wild Berries with a record of 8 wins.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh yeah.
He is the 2014 Ultimate Schmoedown finalist. Ladies and gentlemen, the Wild Man, Josh Macuga. Our tournament season has had the Wild Man.
Look at Josh Macuga, the money pants. That is real, actual money that is in the studio.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that everybody in the audience hasn't tried to grab some for themselves like 1989's Batman.
And his opponent, representing the Harris brothers, with a record.
Oh boy. Okay, are we going to feature and the guitar and Chris's rap skills, or the lack thereof?
Ultimate Schmoedown team finalist, the Professor Lon Harris. What a year by the Professor. What a
You are having way too much fun with this match already, and it hasn't even started yet.
Of course.
The crowd here clearly in support of Josh Macuga.
Professor would like to say something.
I was just going to say all of the money that was strewn about here would definitely pay for a semester at Bard. Certainly help Mr. Macuga.
Ah, thank you, Lon. I appreciate that. You're a hell of a guy. I do have a college education. Shockingly, I have a diploma.
All right, well, that's right. Josh Macuga, a graduate of Penn State University.
That's
and
correct.
I will point out, fun fact, $5 of the $200 that was thrown at Macuga was actually his.
Yep.
All right, well, with that, we are going to now get into the rules of the matchup. Mark, how does round number 1 work?
In round number 1, the field of competitors, both Josh and Lon, are going to hear 8 questions from 8 different corners of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown galaxy. Each question is worth 1 point. There is no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing available in round number 1. I will remind each competitor that as soon as the question is asked, you have 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer. Once we address you by name, to show your answer to the camera. At the same time you verbalize it into the microphone. Please do so in a expedient fashion. And I'll remind each competitor as well of your 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. You're not sure you heard a question correctly, you need to buy yourself some time, use a JTE rule. You also each have 1 challenge to use throughout the 3 rounds.
Okay.
All right, so with that, We are ready to go. The professor, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Josh, are you ready?
I don't know why you keep giving me these opportunities, but I'm psyched.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
And it's answers like that right there why he keeps getting these opportunities.
And
I want to thank everybody for their support, really. Thank you, guys. It's great.
And
Josh Macuga for Jeopardy.
And I'm
Thanks.
going to allow the crowd in the
Yes.
comment section to make fun of me that I pulled a Mark Ellis there and I didn't say let's get ready to Schmoedown. All right, let's start with...
Wow, Wonder Boy, who always gets it right.
Not this time. Number one. Question number one.
Let's get ready to Schmoedown.
Action adventure. Right? Yes, right. Action adventure.
God.
Sylvester Stallone's iconic John Rambo character is a veteran of which war?
Right, everybody at home, everybody in the crowd, brace yourselves because
I don't know because I haven't seen a single of these movies, but I can
Just
guess.
watch the first one. Just watch the first one.
4, 3.
I probably won't.
Fire off a shot. 1. Fire a shot.
Vietnam.
Lon Harris.
I believe it's
Vietnam.
War?
Yes, sir. Josh Macuga.
Vietnam.
Yes, that works. Okay.
Well, see, the first one's not so much an action film. It's more of just a really good drama.
To animated movies. These are movies that are animated, drawn by computer or on hand.
Yeah, we've heard the joke before, Mark.
Piece
Let's
of
go.
paper. The question is...
I'm kidding. He's my friend. He gave me 12 to 1. What the hell?
Dear John and Deb, your
That's my
question
parents.
is, in Disney's The Jungle Book, what is the name of Mowgli's bear friend?
Oh, son of a beast.
Voiced by Bill Murray
5.
in the remake.
4.
Voiced by Phil Harris in the original.
Repeat the question.
yeah,
I know
exactly.
it's early. Give
In
me a break.
Disney's The Jungle Book, what is the name of Mowgli's bear
And
friend?
Phil Harris also voices
Thomas O'Malley and Lil Jon.
Wait to see what Macuga writes.
You don't even let me finish, dick.
4.
Love
3.
you.
This is so wrong.
2. 1.
That is what a douchebag looks like.
Did you believe
It's blue.
Lon.
I believe it's Baloo.
That's correct. That's correct. That's correct. That's correct.
Again, this is why we keep giving him opportunities.
You believe closer than I thought you would.
Right?
Sorry
Right?
about that.
I knew it was like a bull.
All right, here we go. Next
Fireworks out of
category.
his paws.
Next category is dramas. Dramas.
Ooh.
Who directed the 1995 crime drama Heat?
I don't know if it was Rudyard Kipling or the Disney people that came up with the Jungle Book names. I kind of like Jubilee
5.
better.
Also,
4,
2004's Collateral.
3, 2, 1. Lon
Michael
Harris.
Mann.
Michael
You're
Mann.
Michael Mann.
It is correct answer. Josh Macuga.
Michael Mann.
There you go. 3-2. 3-2.
Woohoo!
Next question.
Also did Bad Boys, I believe. No, that was...
No, that was Michael Bay.
All right, your next question. From the world of disaster movies.
Ooh.
Disaster films.
So
and your
your
question
dating
is...
life. Oh, my bad.
Wow, you're taking shots. You're taking shots. You want to challenge me?
I didn't hear what he
So your
said.
dating life is a disaster movie.
He is accurate. Your question is... Who plays Jake Lawson, the main architect behind the global weather controlling system in 2017's Geostorm?
I thought you were going to say Oscar-winning. Oscar-winning Geostorm. Is that a lie? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler.
Josh Macuga.
I had never seen this movie. I just guessed The Rock.
Incorrect. Lon Harris.
A fine actor. I'm running a symposium on him next semester. It's Gerard Butler.
That's correct.
That's right. 4-2.
Symposium's
All
a great professor word.
Here we go. Next question. Next question is fantasy sci-fi. Who portrayed the amphibian asset in The Shape of
Oh,
Water?
god damn it.
Who portrayed?
Who portrayed the amphibian asset in The Shape of Water?
And he plays Ape Sapien, and he plays all these characters in the Del Toro films, and I
5,
fucking forgot his name.
4,
If he wrote down Jubilee
3,
again.
2, 1.
Doug
I believe the
Jones.
actor's name is Doug Jones.
Yes.
Yeah, real skinny guy. Doug Jones.
Got it. 5-3. 5-3. Macuga hanging in there. Hanging in there. Next question.
This is what he does. Your question is from the world of comedies.
We've heard it. Good. Keep going.
Your question is, you'll find the characters of Louis Winthorpe III and Billy Ray Valentine in what 80s comedy?
Professor might have gotten something. Let's.
All right,
Macuga.
Macuga.
You got it.
Writing down awfully fast.
5,
Oh my God.
4, 3, 2, 1. Macuga.
Trading Places?
Yes, sir.
Son of a
Also
bitch.
at Trading Place.
Wow.
Didn't have that.
Lon Harris. Perfect still. 6 for Lon Harris. is a beast in movie trivia. No offense to Bibiani.
That's right.
Go.
2 questions remain. If
Your
one
streak is broken. Oh my
as he has the
God.
previous 6, we will be asking a bonus question just to the professor.
Can I ask the bonus question?
You may not.
All right.
You may not.
Next question is from Thriller, not the Michael Jackson album. Ben Affleck plays the iconic CIA analyst Jack Ryan in which 2002 film?
What's your favorite song off Thriller? Mine would be Beat It.
Billie Jean guy.
Because Beat It
5,
features Edward Van Halen
4, not
on
Eat It.
guitar.
3,
Great Weird Al.
2, 1. Pens down and Lon
Some of all fears.
Some of all fears.
Yes, sir. Josh Macuga.
Some of all fears.
Yep.
Wow.
7-5.
Couple of Tom Clancy
But
readers
now,
up there.
now Lon Harris has the chance to get a perfect round. If he does, then we'll get a bonus question. Macuga does not get the bonus. He has 5 points.
And he will not be asking the bonus question either. Once again, Category 8 is a Patreon
As
question.
always.
The following question is sponsored by Movie Trivia Schmoedown patron John Patterson. Thank you,
John.
Patterson, and all of our Movie
Very
Trivia
often.
Schmoedown Patreon supporters. Check it out today. Select which tier is right for you. John Patterson says he wants movie quotes. These are movie quotes. So your question is,
Yuck.
what Tarantino film finds a character stating, "Gentlemen, you had my curiosity, now you have my attention."
Oh. Aha.
And Robert Butler III reacting.
Brian Permison likes this thing a lot.
4.
An awful
Harvey
lot.
Green did the Michael Jordan.
That's good. It's pretty good.
Shrug.
1. Macuga.
Django Unchained.
Correct.
Spoken by Leonardo DiCaprio in Django Unchained.
That's correct.
Hey.
Lon Harris.
I scored 5 in that round. Again.
Good job.
It's becoming a habit of Lon Harris. Perfect round for Lon Harris as we get to the bonus. Lon, you have the bonus question here. You do not have to write it down. You just have to answer it. Here you go.
Ask away, Josh.
Nope.
In Bad Boys 2.
Nope. In
KKK member Michael Shannon.
Oh.
in
In the film, not in reality. He's a
I
lovely
want
man.
this sitcom.
All right, here we go. In 10 Things I Hate About You.
Again?
Who plays the new student Cameron James, who's trying
Heath
to get
Ledger.
a date with Bianca?
Yep.
Five.
It's Heath Ledger.
It's incorrect. Joseph
Oh.
Gordon-Levitt.
Right. That is true. That is true. It's JGO.
Professor, shake his hand. Oh, there it is.
I was confused by the character.
Still got a perfect round. Just
Perfect
missed
round.
the
Just
bonus.
missed the bonus.
question.
But 8-5. Having a 3-point lead here. Macuga can come back. He's come back before from 3 points. He's come back from 6 points before. So
True.
3 points as we get into round number 2. Mark, how's that work?
Round number 2 is known as the wheel round, the wheel of justice, fate, and doom for one poor competitor. Each competitor gets a spin at the wheel. If you don't like the category you spin first, you are awarded a mulligan. Josh, that's golfing for do-over, unless you get opponent's choice. Now, once you settle on a movie trivia category, you're going to be asked 4 questions inside that genre. Each question's worth 2 points. But if you're not sure of the answer, you can ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. Should you hit that one, you get 1 point. Keep in mind, both competitors, stealing is available in round number 2. And I would like to point out that Dan Streetbeck is a Patreon supporter, and he has a Leonardo DiCaprio sponsored slice. So thank you, Dan, for doing that. And we also have a sponsored slice that is comedy. So if one of the competitors lands on comedies, we will say the name of that patron. Very exciting stuff in the Movie Trivia Schmoedown patron.
Josh Macuga has used 1 JTE rule. Lon has all 3. Lon, you are in the lead here by 3. Would you like to go first or second?
I shall spin first.
There you go. Please spin from the wheel, not the pace.
Spin
Not the pace.
from the wheel, unlike that ne'er-do-well Ben Bateman.
Yeah. Here we go. Lon goes right up there.
There it is. That's a big professor spin.
Little unknown fact about Lon Harris was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
That's true.
Wow, Pennsylvania.
Well, I mean,
How dare you? I love Lon Harris.
yeah, this is state.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
This could be opponent's choice, Christian.
Ooh.
Crime movies. He's going to keep crime movies. All right, crime movies it is. Crime movies. All right, I will take the professor here. Crime movies. All right, professor. Crime movies. Who played the mobster Charlie Lucky Luciano in 1991's Mobsters?
Andy Garcia.
That's incorrect for the 2-point steal.
This could be big, Christian.
5, 4,
Joe Montana, I think.
2.
Could you repeat the question?
I can. Who played mobster Charlie Lucky Luciano in 1991's Mobsters? 5, 4.
Is it Richard Dreyfuss?
Looking for Christian Slater.
Oh.
Okay.
Both odd choices.
All right.
He got his team
that was the second
heartthrobs
one.
mixed up there.
I could see Richard Dreyfuss as a
That was the
monster.
second.
Richard Dreyfuss on the cover of Tiger Beat.
What was that?
Question 2. The title of The Usual Suspects was inspired by a line from which classic film?
Oh, Casablanca.
5. It's incorrect.
I'm going to say 12 Angry Men.
Casablanca is the answer. Casablanca. All right.
Blanca. And, you know, Macuga hasn't capitalized on the stealing opportunities,
No, not yet.
but Lon Harris is already halfway through his round number 2 and has no points to show for it.
Here is the next one. In Pulp Fiction, Amanda Plummer played Honey Bunny. Who
Tim
played
Roth.
the character Pumpkin.
Tim Roth.
2 points.
There's the professor we know and adore.
And your last question, Lon Harris in crime. Which film features Joe Pantoliano as Caesar, a mafioso whose girlfriend wants out?
It's Bound.
2 points.
Okay.
That was a tough question, and Lon Harris
That was a
got
rough round.
God, if Macuga could have gotten that, though.
Misses, and Macuga finds himself down 7 points as he goes for his spin. If he hits something he's good at, we got a nice little match on our
This is
hands.
very doable
Spin
here.
it from the wheel, please.
Please grab the wheel.
Here's the spin by Macuga.
All right. The crowd is
shouting.
putty in the hands of a professional showman like Josh Macuga.
He's looking for sports.
But will the wheel abide?
He's looking for sports.
By his desires.
He's looking for sports.
Coming towards action adventure, Christian. This could be it.
No releases.
He wants to wait. He's going to
that was a really fast respin.
That's almost like in golf where he hit the ball before the ball
He doesn't
rested.
even look. He's high.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We'll be telling him whether he. This could be a bad choice. This could be real bad.
Okay. Yeah,
So
bye,
now we know
Macuga.
Macuga wanted,
This might be a
sportsman. What kind of
KO.
a sportsman is Lon
Oh,
Harris?
crap.
I believe we'll go with romance.
Romance.
Gonna go with romance, and I think Lon may have underestimated Josh Macuga's knowledge.
This
Cameo
might-
by Chris's mom.
This might hurt.
Macuga, you have not spun romance, but Lon Harris bestowed you with that category because he thinks you're weak and your heart is black.
Yeah, I do think that.
Your first question in the world of romance. In what movie does Richard Gere play
I'll
a
just guess
lawyer
Pretty
who takes
Woman.
up dancing?
I don't know.
No,
5, 4,
Man, I thought I
3.
knew the man's catalog.
2.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Save the Last Dance?
No.
B, Dance With Me? C, Let's Dance? Or D, Shall We Dance?
Dance With Me.
I'm gonna go D. Shall we dance?
He's guessing
Oh.
correctly so
The
far.
magic. The magic happens.
12 to
Coming
6.
up, Macuga.
Definitely
All right,
Macuga
Josh,
style.
Your next question. In what movie does Johnny Depp make dinner rolls dance on a restaurant counter?
Benny and June.
Is it Benny and June?
2 points for Josh Macuga.
Well done.
Benny and June, also starring Aiden Quinn, who's in a Wake Forest football film. Your next category, Josh. Halfway through this round. In what month do Tom and Summer meet in 500 Days of Summer?
They meet in June.
This is so stupid because multiple choice is gonna give me a bunch of months.
5, 4, 3.
May?
That is incorrect for the steal on.
March?
Looking for January.
Oh.
January.
Never mind.
For some reason, I was thinking that.
Okay.
But
Hey, and you would have been right.
Here we go. All right, gentlemen.
I didn't say it though. I wasn't
Josh, this
confident
is
at
your
all.
last
I was just hoping him to go multiple
World of
choice.
Romance, and if he gets this right, Christian, he's only trailing Lon by 2 going into the last round.
By the way, anyone who
Alan
thinks that
Alda
movie
of
revolves
TV's
around the
MASH fame
season
wrote,
Summer,
directed, and
that's
starred
wrong.
in
The girl's
which
called Summer.
1990s wedding movie that also starred himself and Molly Ringwald.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, American Wedding?
No.
B, Muriel's Wedding? C, Monsoon Wedding, or D, Betsy's Wedding?
Muriel's Wedding.
It is not for the steal, Lon Harris.
I believe it's American Wedding.
It is
No.
not that either. It is
American
Betsy.
Wedding is the name of the third American Pie movie.
It's only 4 points.
I've never even heard of this movie.
I haven't.
All right,
Dude.
It is the third round, and Macuga only down by 4 points here as we get into round number 3. Both didn't
That's
have
not
a
bad
strong
for
second
Macuga.
round, but Lon got enough points to give himself a 4-point lead going into round number 3.
But we
Mark,
know
how's
those
it work?
Macugas. I mean, they've come back from greater deficits in round 3 than this, and how it's going to shake out in
True.
round number 3 is each competitor is going to give us a series of numbers. These are 3 numbers. They can range from 1 to 20. Lon, because you do enjoy a 4-point advantage, you'll be giving us your numbers first. Each number corresponds to a different movie trivia category up here at the answer desk. Your first number is going to be a 2-point question. Second one is 3 points. And your last question, should we make it that far, Josh, is a 5-pointer. Lon Harris, your numbers.
I'll go with 6, 12, and 16.
6, 12, and 16
All
for
evens.
Lon Harris. Josh Macuga.
3, 9, 19.
He went
All
odds,
right,
Christian.
3, 9, and 19 for the Wild Man. I got it, so we're going
Good
now.
numbers, good numbers.
Josh Macuga only has 1 JTE rule left, and he's trying to avoid the TKO
I feel
here.
like a Pittsburgh Steeler coach. I went out timeouts way too early.
Here we go. Josh Macuga, your 3-pointer is Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, from Carl's Jr.
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey.
Okay.
My 2-pointer.
Your 2-pointer. Matthew McConaughey stars alongside Jessica Parker in which 2006 romantic comedy?
It also stars in Naked Terry Bradshaw in Failure to Launch.
2 points for Macuga. So
How many
Macuga-
questions can he ask if it's going to have a nude Pittsburgh Steeler
I
in the
mean,
film?
Yeah,
come on.
Mooga.
Josh Macuga.
Jesus, Christian is fucking up today.
Ron Harris, if he hits this. If not, he's going to be forced to hit his 5. Here we go. 3-pointers, directors. 3-pointers, directors. All right. Who wrote and directed the classic 1999 comedy Office Space?
Oh, Mike Judge.
3 points.
Wow, well
3
done.
points. All right.
If
so
we're talking things I'm strong in,
Lon
it's
Harris.
McConaughey and Office Space. Let's go.
Lon Harris now. Lon Harris.
Lon Harris, Christian, you got to wonder if he's starting to feel a little bit of the heat that is coming off that Macuga magic or Macuga's money pants. Now, Lon, you, for your 2-point question, you said number 6.
Mm-hmm.
And that is an even number, and it corresponds up here to the world of animated movies.
Oh, man.
These are movies
You would
that
make
are
a great
done by
animated
hand or on a
character.
computer.
Thank you.
Lon,
you're welcome.
your question for animated films for 2 points and to regain control of the lead. Who provides the voice of Rapunzel in the 2010 Disney
Mandy
film
Moore.
Tangled?
Just watch this one.
I believe it is Mandy Moore.
It
2
is
points.
Mandy Moore.
All right.
I did not
And
know
now
that.
Back on
Forces it.
top, Macuga now has his 5-pointer. Can he reach deep into the
Oh,
pockets
boy.
of his money pants and pull out another miracle?
Here you go. Josh Macuga.
I'm going to remain seated.
Josh Macuga. So your 5-pointer comes in the realm of Mr.
Of what?
Of Mr. Charlie Sheen.
The wild thing gets Charlie Sheen?
Charlie Sheen.
Are you kidding?
Is that a category?
Here you go. This Charlie Sheen is a category, and Charlie Sheen, for your 5-pointer, played a high school football player in this 1986 film opposite Corey Haim.
Lucas.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Last one. Charlie Sheen played a high school football player in this 1986 film opposite Corey Haim.
Come on. Come on. Lucas. Lucas.
5, 4, 3, 2.
License to drive.
And your winner, advancing to the next match, the Professor, Lon
No?
Harris. The answer was Lucas.
Looking for Lucas. Lucas and Macuga kicking himself.
And Macuga.
Oh, no.
Good match, Macuga. Good match.
He had it. He had it. And should he, if he would have gotten that, he would have forced Lon to hit his 5. Man, that is crushing. He knew it. And Lucas takes out Macuga and Lon Harris is to play Ben Bateman again. Here comes the matchup once again between Bateman and the Professor.
Jen Sturger and our
Sturger and Joe dragging the
drag Macuga off. He doesn't want to leave. He really doesn't want to leave.
Yeah.
But let these
Crushing
theatrics
defeat.
not take away from Lon Harris. He clearly knows his stuff. Both competitors struggled a little bit in round number 2, and now Macuga doing the Screech Powers walk from Saved by the Bell, slowly drifting off camera. But a hug shared between the two competitors and Christian, an entertaining match. And again, Macuga asked at the top of the show, why do we keep happening back? Matches like this are the reason.
He just couldn't pull it. He just couldn't pull it. That was it. The magic was there for most of the match. It just gave out.
The girl from Goonies. She's the lead.
Yep. See, you remember it. He knew it, and it just beat him down. But Lon Harris will be playing Ben Bateman right now. Well, for you guys, it'll be in a couple of days.
Yeah, on Friday.
Right now. And before
we won't spoil it.
No, I do have an announcement, though. I will not be calling that match. Joining you on the table for that match is the former Movie Trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, the Beast. William Bibiani will be calling that match with you as Ben Bateman and Lon Harris go head-to-head to figure out who's going to be playing Clark Wolf. And let's go talk to Jen Sturger, who's with the crushed, defeated Josh Macuga and the professor, Lon Harris. Here we go.
What's up, Movie Trivia Schmoedown fans? Jen
It was Lucas! It was Lucas!
It was Lucas, Josh.
All right, listen, here's the thing.
You actually kind of look like you knew what you were doing out there today. It was
I know,
kind of
right? It
impressive,
wasn't bad, right?
Oh my god!
I only had, I don't know, like 6 beers before it. A couple of shots of whiskey. It wasn't too bad.
No. You kept your composure.
I could see
but you
Charlie
missed
Sheen.
Charlie Sheen. God. That's like you missing a Bad Boys 2 question. I don't know what's more embarrassing.
I know. And we used to make fun of this dude that I went to college with because he looked like Lucas. And I've seen that movie before multiple times. It used to be back in the day, like on TNT, they were like, coming up next, Lucas. And I'm like, oh,
It's Lucas and Field of Dreams.
Yes.
And then back to Lucas.
Back to back. Yeah.
Sometimes Major League.
But you know what? Lon Harris, great dude. Hell of a beard. Hell of a blazer game he's got going on. I would listen to whatever he said. I don't care if he taught a class on frogs that knew how to sing. I'd be like, oh, I get to see frogs singing. It'd be fantastic. But here I am, again, losing, Jen.
Here we go.
Okay, I'm tired of friggin' losing. I could have taken on Ben Bateman, who plays this game, where he's like, well, I don't know the answer. Hold on, let me repeat the question. Travolta. Got you guys. One.
Should I even be out here for
okay?
this?
Yes. Come over here.
Oh, God. Shit.
Can you get us RB3? Are we in?
And then there's Jeanine the Machine. I'm pretty sure she has a bionic arm. I could have beaten her, too. Jen?
It was in a cast, but yeah, sure.
It was a cast?
No, I'm just fucking with you.
I feel bad.
Legitimately, I am angry. Now, do I think that Lon would have got his last couple questions wrong? Probably not, because the guy apparently is Drago at the beginning when he kills Apollo. But I have a feeling that somehow I'm going to get back into some singles match soon. And I don't know why, but I keep losing really close. And I think I'm kind of entertaining to the fans.
You really are.
Not to my people that actually know me. They're like, God, this guy's freaking annoying. But I could do it, Jen. I could do it.
Too.
I just need a bunch of more chances. Who knew?
You're 8 to 10. Have you seen that?
And people need to buy more T-shirts on TeePublic because they are sweet T-shirts. And also, could somebody put more stuff on the wheel that I know? What are these romance movies they're pulling from? What are Betsy's Wedding? Fuck Betsy. I don't even know her. I know Betsy Ross. She made a flag. Okay?
Betty Ross.
I know. That's it. Betsy shouldn't even be in a wedding. Lucas, you fucking asshole. Anyway, guys, go to TeePublic, buy a Wildberry shirt. Thank you guys so much for supporting the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
And Josh Macuga for Jeopardy. I can't even breathe right
Josh
now.
Macuga for Jeopardy. I want to thank everybody for tuning into these matches. As terrible as I've performed lately, I really appreciate all the love and support. But seriously, Corey Haim and Sheen, and I didn't get it. Lon, fuck you. Sorry. Lon's great. Great, hell of a guy. Man, I am really melting down here. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Is that you do the outro? All right, sorry.
And I'm back with Lon.
Oh, thank you. What a respectful young man.
God, my cheeks hurt.
Lon, are you as exhausted as I am from this tournament?
It's very tiring. It's a long day. I'm looking
Gauntlet
forward.
is kicking my butt.
Wow,
I'm not even competing.
It's like having office hours for 12 straight
Sit up,
hours.
Chris.
I'm stuck here. It's hot. I just want to relax, maybe open a good 700-page book and take a load off, but I can't do it yet. I've got to stay here and fight through this next round and defeat Mr. Bateman.
But we have to say, were you a little impressed with Josh Macuga's performance out there today?
I was quite impressed with Mr. Macuga. He's clearly been boning up. He's clearly been studying. He's clearly been hitting the books. And I thought he did a workmanlike job today.
Sure.
Utterly workmanlike.
Okay. But, so now going forward, obviously, you're going to be facing Ben Bateman.
I am, yes. Like many an undergraduate, a surly young man who sits in the back of the room, waits too long to answer the questions, interrupts constantly, creating a tense atmosphere. I've dealt with his kind many, many times.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I'm sure you have a very busy 5 minutes between this and the next match.
I have a full docket, yes. I have many, many report cards to fill out.
And 700 pages of books.
I do.
Back to you guys.
Lon Harris, cocky, ready to play Ben Bateman again, ready to do battle with him once again. Macuga is devastated, but Macuga knew that he knew it. Macuga's just ready to play. He's one of those guys, he'll be playing in this league until we stop this league.
He's just such an entertaining force to be reckoned with. And so chalk advances because Lon Harris and Ben Bateman were the two favorites. But I got to tell you, I'm a little bummed that we don't have time today to film a consolation match between Macuga and Jeanine, but I do have a reservation at Islands.
I will tell you that Macuga and Jeanine is a great match.
That's not a bad idea.
That's
Oh, did I just come up with one?
No, I think they might have.
My first time ever.
Well, Macuga and Stacey Howard actually have played one another, so it would be a good match indeed. Maybe next season. But this season is still going down as we find out what is going to.
It was Lucas.
I know.
Yeah, in fact, Lucas. It's going to be okay. Le'Veon Bell's going to come back.
All right. So Josh Macuga and Mark Ellis, Christian Arnold, remember, this is going to see Ben Bateman versus Lon Harris, who plays Clark Wolf, and then the tournament begins to see who gets a shot at the current champion, John Roca, at the Schmoedown Spectacular. For Mark Ellis, I'm Christian Harloff. See you next time.
All right, man. Yeah, I'm telling you what just happened. That's exactly what happened. Yeah, I mean, after all these wins, it's been months we've been doing this thing. Months we've been pulling a string. He grew a pair of balls. It came out of nowhere. His balls just dropped right in front of me. I mean, I guess it's pretty impressive, but I mean, that's the way he put it down. So, hey, what do you want me to do?
Wait a minute.
I mean, you think I should pull the trigger on it? No? Okay, all right, I'm listening. Okay. You're serious? Make him dance one more time? All right, man, you got it. Okay. All right, bud.
Okay. Okay. Very sinister. I don't know what to make of that.
Okay,
What's up, Chris?
granted, Macuga probably still would have lost, but come on, man. You could have pulled it. Oh, well.
He did put up a good game. Made Lon actually answer a question in round 3.
Yep.
That's the definition of it, though. But
yeah.
Yeah. No.
And he's
Today
like,
when
well, no, like all joking aside, like, no, it was a great match. I'm just sad because he knew it, but he just couldn't pull it in time.
Well, I think we all have that.
True.
Every once in a while, like everyone who does trivia has those moments that you're doing a match and like you're like, oh, know it.
Trading places.
Exactly. Yeah.
I had today.
So. Well, okay. To be fair, what you have been doing is just nuts. It's just fucking nuts. But
sorry,
anyway,
I'm studying.
Oh, that's good. But today went almost exactly as I expected. Jeanine put up a really good fight against Ben, but Ben won. Yay. And he'll win on Friday. Yay. At least I think so. And then we had Lon, who, well, perfect round 1. Struggled a little bit in round 2, but then Macuga gets opponent's choice, which, well, I think there were categories on that wheel that would have been worse for Macuga than romance, to be fair. I think that Lon didn't completely study up on his opponent. I mean, he might be studying all the whatever he wants in terms of his character, like the professor. He's probably studying for something, but he didn't study Macuga for this, and that's I think probably also the reason why he might lose to Ben, because he doesn't know how Ben plays. He hasn't studied up on Ben as a competitor, which is something that you probably should do, at least in my opinion. Like, I play trivia in these fan leagues that, well, Chance came out of course. Like, I also play trivia, and I always look at my opponents. What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? What are their playing styles? Because when I face them, I want to win. So that's something that I think that Lon should do a little bit more with Ben, if he wants to beat him. And this is why I have been winning that match. But good matches. Everyone definitely came to play. Like, as we said, like, yes, Jeanine and Macuga are the underdogs, and they lost today, but not by much. Not by as much as some people claim. So, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, no. Officially speaking, if I would have submitted a bracket, like, these would have been my picks to win. It's just that, and I'm not even mad because, they did as well as I wanted them to. Like, it was both matches were great fights. Sure, not the most high-scoring games of all time, but some of the best games of all time weren't even the most high-scoring. They were just, back and forth, and that's exactly how it was here. I mean, take Jeanine. Like, if you were going to go straight to the base off...
Jeanine was in the lead after round 1.
Yeah. And did any of us see that coming? Honestly, no.
Not really, no. Ben also, like, Ben only scored 4 points. That's not a good round for him, so...
No.
That's also...
But Jeanine, like you predicted, though, she did score 6, and that,
5. No, 5.
5, yeah, you're right. But still, and then they both had a decent round 2, except for that one big slip up.
Yeah, really, that was like actually, that is, at that point, a 4-point swing.
Yeah, and literally, like, this is, it was round 2 that really set the tone for the rest of the match, because if Jeanine gets Best Supporting Actress, then Ben has to at least hit his 5-pointer to win the game.
Yes. Yeah, because like if she had said Best Supporting Actress, she would have been in the lead 18-16 instead of the other way around. So
yeah,
that just shows.
And then with Macuga and Harris, if Josh had gotten those 2 steals,
you're talking about a different game as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I mean, to be fair, Lon did have his 3 and 5-pointer left, so there were a lot of points that he could have scored, and I probably think he would have scored.
But it still changes the quote unquote outcome of the game.
Yeah, like, true. Anyway, I think that's really all we have to say for this reaction today. So, guys, please like the video, comment on it, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, because we do these reactions often. We also do Star Wars Resistance recap every week to review the new episode of Star Wars Resistance, because we're huge nerds. I mean, have you seen my wall? And, of course, on every Friday, we do the... I should not say this. Chris, you should say this. What do we do on Friday, and where can people find you?
You guys can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Stardust, at Skywalker Dome. You guys can follow this very channel on Twitter and Instagram at D2A channel. You can find me hosting the Who Cares Anyway podcast live Friday nights at 7:30. Sadly, this Friday, we are actually going to be skipping a week. Next week, we will be back. But I'm not available because I got a brand new job, and hours are...
being a bitch.
Training's kicking my ass. That's why this video's up late. So, guys, my apologies. But We'll be back next week with a brand new schedule and not getting screwed over by that. So, yeah. And you guys can follow my band, Silver Nightfall, on social media at Silver Nightfall.
Indeed. And you can follow me, before I go into my actual plugs, on Multiplex Entertainment, where actually yesterday our match dropped. Hey, you actually were my partner. That's a big surprise.
I know, right?
Yeah, our match dropped because I needed a new teammate to continue in the tournament. And I asked you, and you said yes, so that was very nice of you. So that match matches up on Multiplex. So check that out if you want to see us compete in Fandom, which is sort of in a geekdom, but a little bit more expanded if you haven't seen it yet. And this Friday, I am going up against Eli McKeag in Fandom Singles, and that will be for a #1 contender match. If I win that, I'll be in a #1 contender match. So that'll be interesting. So check that out as well. And, of course, as always, you can find me at Dutch Movie Guy on Twitter, Kees on Facebook, if you figure out how to spell that. With all that said, guys, look out for our reaction, at least this weekend, to the final of this mini bracket here, Ben versus Lon. Until then, take care.